Hello guys, good morning. How is everybody? Are you all okay? I'll just wait for everybody to come on. Good morning. So again, this morning's live is going to be linked to the £1 play that we've been doing. Good morning. Hello. Good morning guys. Hi. Hello. Excuse me. I'm just looking for something I can prop you up on. I haven't really got anything. Good morning. Hello. Sorry, me looking around. How are you all? Are you on half term this week, or is yours next week? You'll have to let me know. Good morning. How did your activity go, Leanne? That looked really cute. Did she like it? You'll have to let me know. Good morning. Hi guys. Hello. Good morning, Claire from Claire. Hello, my love. First time you joined a live. Oh, well done. Lovely to have you here. Good morning. Okay, so this morning, have to excuse me, I think I've got the flu. I know, just what I need in half term. Flu. Anyway, you're on half term, Callie. Yeah, we are too. But I know lots of people are on half term next week as well. So I hope you're all okay. Thank you very much for tuning in this morning. This morning's live is going to be linked to, I don't know if you've seen this week, we've been doing hashtag £1 play, and I'm going to be continuing it next week as well for those people that are on half term next week. And it's all just about sharing free ideas or very, very cheap ideas, £1 play, just to inspire you and maybe help you out, but also to help me share the whole message about play and activities at home does not need to be expensive. You don't need to go out and buy loads of things, that actually you can do it with the things in the house already. So I've been talking lots about that this week. So the main three things for doing the hashtag £1 play is using household items that you've got already. So it might be those safe bits and pieces that you got in the kitchen, that sort of stuff. Just things that you find around the house, coat hangers, whatever you can find. I do a lot of activities with that, as you know already, and a lot of my play prompts use those sorts of things. The second one is about using your recycling, all those amazing bits and pieces that you'd normally chuck in your recycling box, that actually they may have some sort of play potential in them, and play potential is just that they would lead on really nicely to do an activity, so may take a little bit of creative thinking, but you could actually reuse them for some sort of activity with your little ones. And then finally, the third one, and something that I'm going to talk to you about today, I'm going to give you 5 little tips for maybe, I don't know about you, but sort of bringing life back to those toys. You know, those toys that they were the favourites at the beginning, then they sort of lose interest, and you get to that point you don't know whether to bin them or do you keep them. Good morning, lots of people waving. And you can't decide whether to keep them or bin them, what to do with them, and you're just wondering why they're sort of not playing with them anymore. But you know as well as I do, if you tried to bin them, if you tried to get rid of them, of course the kids want them again, don't they? If they ever go in the charity shop pile, they see them and they suddenly start playing with them, and it's, oh, but you can't, it's my favourite. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about this morning. It's a dead easy one. Well, just a few ideas of things that you could do. Excuse me, I'm struggling a bit this morning. Just some 5 ideas of, excuse me, sorry, I'm losing my voice, of bringing life back to some old toys. So first of all, I'm going to start with toy rotation. You may have heard of this before. There is a blog post on my website about this, and this is about, you may have heard me talk before about toys, and that quite often I get a lot of messages from parents and carers saying that almost their toy room or wherever they play in the lounge or their bedroom, they have so many toys but they're not playing with them. And my tip is that quite often too many toys can be overstimulating for children, and it's almost that when you've got too much choice, it's hard to make a decision, and so it's hard for them to concentrate and stick to one, and actually less toys can be more effective. So something that we do use, particularly like early years settings, that you can adapt in your home as well, is toy rotation. So the idea is of hiding some toys, putting some toys away. If you've got some sort of storage, an attic, a shed, something like that, putting some of the toys away, putting them back for a couple of months, and just having less out can actually be really effective at getting children to concentrate. And it's also really good. The less toys they have means that they have to be more creative with what they do with them. So we can really, it can be really beneficial for like imaginative play. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, maybe have a look at doing some toy rotation. If you're looking around and thinking, we've got all these toys, but they're not getting played with, take some of them away. Don't bin them, maybe bag them up, box them up, maybe put them into themes if you can, and put them away for a month or so, 2 months, 3 months. And when you get a box out, when you get some out, replace that with another box, put another box away. So you're sort of rotating your toys, and that can be really beneficial because it might just bring back interest to toys. When they've not seen them for a few months and you bring them back out again, can often like bring life back to them again. Oh, I've missed this. You think, yeah, right, you have. And they start playing with them again. So that can be really useful. So toy rotation could be a really good one. If you'd like to read up more on it, there is a brief blog post on my website. If you type in toy rotation, it'll be there. Is it called a toy rotation? Or it might be called drowning in toys, something like that. Have a little look, and there's a blog post, and that can help you if you're thinking, yeah, I've got far too many toys. I could do with like having a little swap around. So that's just a little idea if you're wanting to like bring a bit of life to your toys, and that's what we're talking about now. So that's, yeah, I know, I need to do that. I've been meaning to do it for ages. Do you know what? Me too. I keep thinking it's always my job for the school holidays. I don't know why, because that's the busiest time, isn't it? But I think I must have a little swap around. It just brings life to toys, and it can be really useful. But you know, they say to do it every 3-4 months. Mine's probably every 6, 7, 8 months, but it's just as and when suits you, really. Don't put pressure on yourself, just as and when you can. Okay, and then another thing that you can do, which is a really nice way of sort of bringing back life to any toys that your children have sort of got a bit bored of, not playing with, is maybe sort of bringing new purpose to them, repurpose them. So if you've got some outdoor toys, the novelty of bringing them in is really can be really funny. Like the children just love novelty, don't they? And so bring those outdoor toys in and play with them inside. And again, maybe you've got some indoor toys that could actually go outside, that could go out without getting ruined, maybe you have a blanket or something like that. So it's just about thinking about toys and doing something different with them. They don't always have to stick in their little sets of how they're played with. I know a lady recently said that she had the truck from IKEA. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like a lovely chunky wooden truck, and it's got a magnet on the back, and then it can pick up the shapes. It's got magnetic shapes on the back for sorting, and that's really lovely activity. But she's saying her little one was bored with it. So I was saying, like, well, how about use the magnet on the crane and use it for something different? You know, could you use it to go and find around the house of are there any other magnetic things? Go and discover other magnetic things. And the same with the shapes. What do they stick to? Can you get the sticks to stick to other things around the house? I don't know. So it's maybe not always using it for the same purpose, maybe jazz it up a bit and do something different. The same with if the toy, this is when plastic toys can be really useful. Any sort of plastic toys like that, could they go in the bath? Are they safe to go in the bath and just play with them somewhere a little bit different? That sort of thing. You know, if you've got any little Lego people that you could maybe freeze in water, just doing something a little bit different with them, not always playing with them in the way they were maybe designed to be played with. So it's about like jazzing it up and just thinking of new ideas for them. Another thing, quite a nice one, is maybe giving your toys a bit of a makeover. So particularly things like, I don't know, we've got a set of wooden blocks that Mason had. Could you maybe, I stuck some silver sticky back, like plastic, or you could even just do silver, sticking some silver to one side, so suddenly the building blocks have a shiny side to them, and just repurpose it. Or could you paint them? Could your little one decorate some of the spare little wooden blocks and turn them into little people or little things? It's just about just doing something a little bit different. If they're just going to go and end up in the bin or charity shop something, could you just do something a little bit creative and maybe repurpose them, give them a bit of a makeover, do something with them? I don't know. It's just about being creative, really. Then another one that is really can be really useful is about moving the toy. So you might have I'll give you an example. Mason used to have a lovely wooden castle, and I got it on Gumtree for like £10. It was an absolute bargain. It was absolutely stunning. And someone's put holes in the blocks, and the shoelace is a great one. Yeah, it's that sort of thing. It's just having a look, and what could you do with them just to jazz them up a bit? That's a lovely one. Thank you, Homer Boys. Is maybe moving it. So he had a lovely wooden castle, and I had it in his bedroom just because it was taking up so much space. But actually, just by moving it and bringing it downstairs, suddenly brought it to life. And it's the same with just moving things around. If you've got it up on a tabletop, could you suddenly bring it down onto the floor, and maybe it just might bring it into their attention, and it also can give it like just a new lease of life. It's that novelty as well. It's almost like they get used to seeing it there and forget that it's there. So moving things around, depending on how you display your toys, can be really useful. And that also leads on to storage as well. You know, are your toys accessible to the children? Are they able actually to get to them, or do they have to dig deep and get through loads of other ones? And then that's when the toy rotation could be really beneficial. Do you have all yours on a shelf, in which case they need to ask you to be able to reach the toys and things? If you can, maybe have a selection on the floor that they are able to use, and that can be really lovely. Intense too, why toys seem better in a den. Not sure. Sorry, I don't know if I've missed something. Sorry. And then finally, just another final top tip, little tip for if you're just trying to jazz up your toys, bring a bit of life to them again and wondering why they're not getting played with, is the novelty factor. I've talked about this before lots of times, that children love novelty, and playing somewhere different where they maybe wouldn't normally play can be really great. So you might have a wooden castle, like I was saying about Mason, maybe having it under the dining room, pull the chairs out and have it under the dining room table, and all of a sudden they might like playing with it. Or, oh, I think I see what you mean, Mum of Boys. You're saying about building a den and putting it in there. Yeah, that's a really great way. It's just about having the toys in a different setting. So like I say, playing under the dining room table can be really effective, particularly if it's something that they've not played with before. Pull the sofa out and play behind the back of the sofa, just for a bit of novelty, just for a bit of different. Things like I don't know if you haven't got them with me because we're at my parents', but like the magnetic tiles and things, magnets and things like that, you know, do you know that they stick to radiators, they stick to the front of the fridge? If they may be getting a bit bored of building with them, go and try something new. Someone in our community group even put some little fairy lights in them and just made. So it's just about being really creative with what you've got and looking at things and thinking, how could we play this in a different way? Yeah, definitely playing behind the sofa, playing in a little den. Maybe you've got a bed sheet, or you could just peg up an old tablecloth, something like that, under the dining room table, in an empty bath, in an empty shower tray, and putting your toys in there. In a sink, maybe fill the sink with a little bit of water and put their bath toys in there, so they stand on a step at the sink and play in the sink instead. It's just about getting them to play in a different place. It could just be a really great way, quite effective, of getting children to play with those toys that they maybe would overlook and they're just getting a little bit bored with. You could just bring a bit of life to them. So hopefully that's helpful. So that's 5 tips. I'll go quickly over them again in case anyone's just joining. So I've just been talking about I just want to share some tips, because I get a lot of messages from people saying about their little ones getting bored of the same old toys. So I was just coming up with some new ideas of what you can maybe do to bring back life to the toys. So toy rotation could be really great. That's about having them in sets and things and swapping them over, and every few months bringing out new toys and putting other toys away. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sell them or get rid of them altogether. It's just about swapping them over, and having less out can actually be much more effective, because they can be much more creative. It gets the children to be much more creative with the ways that they use them if they have a lot less to choose from, rather than getting overwhelmed with how many toys that they've got. And that leads on to the storage and how they actually access the toys. If your children's toys are in one big box, a big deep box, so they've got to dig, they're always going to play with those that are on the top, that are easy to reach. So maybe have a little swap, get those things out from the bottom, swap them over. Repurposing toys, so maybe bring those outdoor toys in and take the indoor toys out. Maybe if you've got plastic ones, freeze them, put them in the bath, put them in mud. You could do whatever you want. Particularly plastic toys can be really versatile. Give them a cheeky little makeover. Maybe you've got some building blocks that are just getting a little bit bored, or maybe you've got a play kitchen and you're finding that they're not playing it as much with it. We've got some brilliant little IKEA kitchen makeovers in the community group where people have maybe used chalkboard paint, and then it makes it a bit more versatile that you can use it as a shop as well as a kitchen and a cafe. Yeah, just giving things a little bit of a makeover, another lease of life, can be really effective. Number 4 was about trying them in a new place. Maybe if you store something on a shelf, maybe bring it down onto the floor. If it's always in the playroom, take it up and have it in the bedroom, so when they wake in the morning they maybe play with it, and just swapping it around and using it different ways. And then finally, the novelty of playing with their usual toys in a different place, under the dining room table, behind the sofa, in a den, in their bed, in the sink, in an empty shower tray, in the garden. You know, if they wouldn't normally play with those toys in the garden, take them out in the garden, that sort of thing. Yeah. My voice is going. So yeah, hopefully that helps. So if you do have a little go, let me know how you get on. Just it's always really nice for me to hear feedback of, you know, have you tried it somewhere different? Has it helped? Have you tried rotation? All that sort of stuff. Let me know how you get on with it. It'd be brilliant, and lovely to hear how you get on. Thank you. I'll be fine. I don't know what it is. Just bugs. Anyway, so thank you very much, guys. Lovely of you to tune in, particularly if you're half term, you are trying to do the juggle. It can be tricky, and I know lots of people are on half term again next week. I'm going to be continuing the £1 play stuff. So just super quick, super easy ideas, either using things, household items, using things out the recycling, that sort of thing that would usually get thrown in the bin, or revamping and reusing our toys in just different ways. So yeah, all right, I'm going to end there. I'll leave you to the rest of your Wednesday. Have a lovely day. Let me know what you're getting up to. Please send me your fan mail, and don't forget, don't be stuck. We've got the community group, we've got the app, we've got all the stuff on my page, and use the hashtag £1play and let me know what you're getting up to. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.